What is up, Vape Nation? It's your silent host, Silver. Today I came bearing gifts. As I said before, I visited the meat market, and I was kind of in the mood for a little something because tomorrow, Dom has me going to this group event sort of thing. We're gonna go watch movies about men who are spiders, but there are also men who are sand and goblins and octopuses taking over the world. I surely don't know. It's gonna be some magical event, so I'm decided to go to that magical market. And he's taking what he likes to call meditative sleep. I haven't slept in 16 years. I got a little hungry, as one does, and I whipped up a little meal. He had these burritos, beef and bean, but they tasted nothing like beef, so I got some beef from the meat market, and I also put some Mexican stuff in it. It's Mexican cheese, Mexican cream, Mexican sauce, Mexican chips. I also put some Mexican mango juice in here. Spiked it up with a little bit of the old devil spit. And some Mexican limes are in this. I don't know how this is gonna taste. And, I would have cooked it up in front of y'all, but like I said, Tom's asleep or whatever. So I had to be quiet, because if not, he's gonna kick me out. So, good morrow to the men of the spider. I've never met a Mexican in my life, but I'll say they make a damn fine burrito. Thank you, Mexicans. Oh, and I'd like to say this video is sponsored to you by anybody named Marcus. Thank you, Marcus. So, more about the Spider-Man. Apparently, it's like this big thing. I remember watching it a little bit growing up as a child. See, I used to always drink this little cocktail concoction here. See, I didn't really have what I wouldn't call parents. I grew up in a moving group of people. I had my buddies, my pals, my geeks, my freaks. So I knew a couple guys. There was DeMarcus, LaShawn, Raycon, Weslow, there was Wilson, Betty, Delilah, Delusa, Dolores, DeDulce, D-Train, Q-Train, F-Train, F-Bomb, F-Rat. Anyways, I don't remember much of these movies growing up. I mean, I do, but I don't. I just remember the guy gets bit, but I'm excited, you know what I mean? Because a lot of people are saying the guy that I watched that was a spider is not the spider anymore. There was another spider. And that spider and the other spider are going to be in this spider. Apparently, well, that's what everybody's waiting for. And there's also a doctor. So, cheers to this. Maybe this will help me remember some stuff. Okay. But honestly, if anything, I'm just excited that I get to experience all this stuff again. I feel like I'm a child again. Drink in hand, going to watch the men become spiders and sand become men, and lizard people who are doing stuff with the electric people. I don't know why the man spider is gonna fight the lizard people. I've met a couple of them. They like order and control a lot. I'm more of an agent of chaos myself, so I don't really get along with them that much, but I wouldn't go and punch one in the face. Especially with those cult members that always follow them around. I wasn't particularly a fan of them, but you don't see me going punching lizard dudes in the face. No, I kind of hate the giant roaches. Those are the ones that annoy me. You can always, it's on sight with those guys. You can catch me catching fish with a roach. But lizard people have a lot of influence. I don't like that. To be frank, it's Dom's friends that are really more into this kind of stuff than I am. Lately, he's been going over with them, watching them all on binge. I'm not a big television kind of guy, to be honest with you. I'd rather eat or drink or smoke. I also like going to the county fair and the meat market. I don't know where my Coco is, but I like taking him to this arena, right? Where he can fight other Cocos just like him. And they pay him for it. It's crazy. Like, lately I've been buying so many burritos and snacks for it. I mean, he's always angry and yapping at me all the time, so might as well let him take out that frustration on other people, like, make it their problem. If you can make some money off of it, why not? That's cool. It's like MMA, but for Cocos. It's the best thing ever. But yeah, that's just the stuff I'd rather do. I know Dom's getting his friends to get him into the whole, there's apparently a whole universe about this whole stuff. I've traveled a couple places, a couple universes, seen a couple galaxies. I'm not too keen on aliens though. They kind of scare me because they all call me stupid and make fun of me. And a lot of them like to probe, and I'm not into that kind of stuff. Stay away from my frontal cortex, my cerebral area. Okay? Don't call me a primitive species. That is offensive. I do not know what it means. And I don't have a dictionary. We don't have those at the edge. Sorry. But I am excited to see that film. You know, apparently it's bringing up everyone together all at once from different universes, because different universities come together. I don't know much about that stuff. Anyways, I guess I could give this burrito a 7 out of 10 because it is a solid effort. This is the best Mexican burrito I've ever tasted, and I've never met a Mexican, so that tells you a little something. Okay, and this drink right here, the classic homebrew whiskey that I made, I would say it's 10.6 stars out of 7. So I will see you weary travelers later. I will catch you with the men and the spiders and the sorcerers. Watch the lizard people though. They're really shady. They work in secret. Good night. Hello folks. It's your Dom. I just came back, with Silver from theater. And I think we all just kind of mutually agreed that we should add our little thoughts to a video, or our thanks, really. Now, obviously, this is not going to be spoiler free because I have too much to say. So, be warned, if you don't plan to watch this movie, go ahead and watch this, and I guarantee you'll probably have your mind changed, because this movie exceeds expectations. I'm not gonna lie, I grew up with the Spider-Man franchise. See, I grew up with Toby, okay? He was my Spider-Man. So much so that when they replaced him with Andrew, I felt betrayed. I vowed to never watch a Marvel movie ever again. And I got this crush on this girl. She was a huge Spider-Man fan, see? And I was kind of a little nerd, so I kind of wanted to impress her with all my Spider-Man knowledge, so I decided to watch the Andrew films, and hell, lo and behold, they were good. And eventually, I got into the MCU because Tom Holland was introduced. So, Spider-Man has always been close to home for me. He's always been in my heart. And let me say this. Wow. Just wow. This movie was hands down the greatest Spider-Man film I've seen. Now, I don't have clips or footage to show you, obviously. It just came out, but like from the get-go. I entered the movie theater with Silver a little bit late. We were just busy getting snacks for his gluttonous self, but it's okay. I didn't mind. But the first thing I was greeted to, shining down upon me, was the smiling face of Matt Murdock, ready to represent our boy Spidey. That's right, the Daredevil. Okay, so already I'm just having an amazing time. So we go on, we're discussing about how, everybody either hates Spider-Man or just doesn't want to associate with him or his friends because, nobody wants to touch that property. Essentially, he feels like he's ruining his friend's life. So he goes to Doctor Strange, to have this spell so everybody forgets who he is. But he somehow manages to mess that spell up. He keeps adding people to, like, the list of people he wants to remember him. And he ends up reversing the spell and bringing a bunch of baddies into his universe. And, that's when all those trailer scenes popping off. You see all the baddies coming. And, a bunch of crazy shit happens. They manage to capture the villains with their combined efforts of Doctor Strange's strangeness and Spider-Man's spider powers. Anyway, so I end up finding the only one left is Norman Osborn. And this, like, they think they're gonna save these guys and send them back home, Like, Doctor Strange is trying to send them back home, even though that might kill them, but Spidey's like, no, I'll find a way, watch. So he kind of switches sides on my boy. He kind of betrays Doctor Strange and, like, traps him in some fucking parallel mirror dimension. And then homeboy Goblin does a switch on him, and then, like, all the bad guys are loose again. So all of a sudden, Ned, who has taken Doctor Strange's ring at this point, because again, like I said, Spidey turned on Doctor Strange, so he trapped him in a dimension, and he took his ring. Like, if he had the ring, he wouldn't be trapped, obviously. So, like, he tried to summon Peter or whatever because all these baddies are flying around, and then he summons the Spider-Man. That's right. That's fucking right. Like, I came into this movie wholeheartedly expecting, like, a 2-minute cameo at best. I just thought it was going to be, like, Ralph Boner. I thought we were going to get another Ralph Boner. But no, lo and behold, they were a major part of the movie. From there going on forth, you just see Toby and Andrew, and it's the best thing ever. I felt like I was 8 years old again. So they get in the typical battle of the baddies. They're trying to, like, cure all these guys and maintain them and shit. And, like, they almost do it. They're almost there. They're almost capturing all of them. They think they won, you know what I mean? Even Doctor Strange comes back for the final battle. Awesome battle between the 3 Spider-Men, I'm basically having a heart attack because, holy crap, I feel like I'm 8 years old again, you know what I mean? Like, I am here, I am there, I am everywhere. I am feeling myself, I am feeling good, I am screaming my lungs out. Everybody in the movie theater is. We're all having a jolly old time. Then all of a sudden, a fucking goblin bomb ends up in the multiverse box. And the whole multiverse, everybody who ever has known Spider-Man and wants to kill him is coming into the multiverse. So they have to do the spell again, and lo and behold, everybody forgets Spider-Man is Spider-Man. And we come full circle. And, well, I would say that until the end, when we're greeted by none other than Venom himself, Tom Hardy. And, like, I just think this movie has shown, if anything is possible in the Marvel Universe. Now we got Daredevil confirmed, because, just the day before, we see freaking Kingpin and Hawkeye, okay? Now we got Venom, okay? And, look, you can call me crazy, but I have a little theory going, because, like, Jamie Foxx, when he got defeated, he said, man, if only there was a black Spider-Man. And, I was like, okay, Miles, obviously, Miles. So it transitions into the credits, but in reality, they're animating the movie in the way Spider-Verse was animated. You can call me crazy conspiracy theorist, but literally every single prediction was right. You know what I mean? Every single prediction so far that I've read online about all these Marvel movies are right. So I don't think it's too far off to think that Spider-Verse is somehow going to connect to this. Because, I mean, even Venom is in it. You know what I mean? And honestly, I'd say it'd be reaching if it wasn't for the Doctor Strange trailer. Because in the Doctor Strange trailer, we see evil Doctor Strange from What If. So, if this movie has taught me anything, besides that it's the best Spider-Man movie ever, fight me, that anything, and I mean anything, is now possible in Marvel. And that's pretty cool. That's pretty fucking cool. You know, people be talking a lot of crap on Marvel, but I know they're going somewhere. I know they're doing a lot of things. They're listening. They're listening to what you guys want. And they're going to give it to you. Trust. I'm excited. I'm geeking. Anyways, enjoy the food reviews. Try not to give Silver a lot of crap. Lord knows he's already troubled. And peace be with you. Namaste.